The Cullen family were pioneers in the Margaret River region, and daughter Vanya is carrying on the family tradition. So here to discuss Chardonnay. Why Chardonnay? Why Margaret River? Why is it such a special place for this grape?
Margaret River is a Mediterranean maritime climate, and Chardonnay grows. I mean, Chardonnay grows well everywhere, but I think the old soils and the low yields that we get inherently give good quality.
Came at a good time. You've just literally put this year's harvest into barrel.
Yeah, it is really fresh, and it's looking like, I think, the best Chardonnay we've ever made. So
yeah, you mentioned that earlier. Now, you're thinking the biodynamics has something to do with that, and I know you're definitely a proponent of biodynamic farming.
Yeah, we've been biodynamic in the vineyard since 2004, and that is about, you know, having healthy soils and plants and actual balance. It's a holistic way of making wine. I mean, you don't want to put the wine under pressure at all, but we're very pleased with the fruit quality we've had, yeah.
So what we've got here is crushed Chardonnay fruit, the juice being put in the barrel, period. Nothing added.
Yeah, it's a challenge for a winemaker trained in science to allow the land to express itself actually in the bottle. We harvest the fruit by hand, squeeze the juice out of the whole bunches, then rack that into barrel and let it ferment. I mean, it is sort of in a way you could say it's an old-fashioned way to make wine, but you can't make wine like that unless you've got the balance in the vineyard, and that's the trick, is to allow the great site to produce the wine. Since we've been biodynamic, we've noticed an improvement in quality across the board with all our wines.
Could you describe that to someone? You're saying that there's better quality in the wines, but is there a discernible flavour difference to, say, this Chardonnay and, say, maybe 5 years ago before you started the practices?
Yeah, I think, you know, not anything like yeast and acidity means that you have a wine that is in balance. When you harvest it, it's physiologically ripe. It has a good acid and flavour and sugar balance, and that comes through in the wine. You don't have to add anything to get that balance, and we're very lucky with that.
Chardonnay likes the flavour of oak and it works, but it's really a question of timing, isn't it, or quality of oak, or what's your impression, or at least your philosophy with oak use?
Well, we want the fruit to express itself, so the oak is really a salt and pepper, if anything, and we've pulled right back on our oak with our Chardonnays.
Okay, let's put the pear juice to the test then.
Biodynamic pear juice.
Biodynamic pear juice. And you're thinking this may be one of the best you've made at this point?
Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
I mean, we don't like to preempt anything, but there we go.
Oh, fantastic.
This was whole bunch pressed and then put into barrel.
God, it's fantastic. It's really, really...
It's very hard to look at wines when they're this young and sort of say
Yeah, of course, they're still
anything.
fermenting and
But it's, if you see the story from the grapes through to the wine now as it is, and then, you know, you can sort of understand where it's going to go to. But it's very elegant and very fine.
Fantastic acid structure in there. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tell you what, that's very impressive. Very exuberant and really, really fine at the same time. That's
Thank
great.
you. Yeah.